All right, welcome to our lunch and learn. Usually we call it a sip and learn because we do it in the evenings and we say grab your drink or beverage or and join us while we go over these slides with you and talk about coaching. But instead, we're doing it as a lunch and learn, which is pretty much the same thing. But we are just happy. Kim and I decided, you know what? We just want to take you guys kind of through what we do as coaches. And I have been a coach for almost 6 years, which is just unbelievable to me. And Kim has been a coach for about 4. So I'm going to go ahead and share my slide or my screen, and then we'll get going. We're just happy that you guys are here, and just know that if you made it on this, there is a reason. I always say that, like, don't overthink it. Just have an open mind while you're watching this. Don't let those self-doubts creep in. And present. Okay, perfect. So a little bit about my story, and then I'm going to let Kim share hers, because we do have, we are different people. We come from different backgrounds, different stages of our life when we started. But if you can see here, when you're looking at this, you're going to see that for the gist of it, it is pretty similar, how and why we started coaching. But to give you my background, you guys, I was a mom of 2 under 2 at the time. I saw my friend who was sharing all about her workouts from home in the midst of having a baby. And I remember watching her thinking, that's cool, but I'm not going to do that. And then I got desperate. I was 6 weeks postpartum with my second, realized that life was just not as simple as it was like, hey, babe, I'm going on a run, be home in an hour, or hey, I'm going to go do this hour fitness class or head to the gym. It just took more energy to do that kind of thing. So I finally just said, okay, I'm going to try this out. So I did a 21-day program, and I was skeptical. I not only was skeptical, but I did not like sharing myself at the time it was on a Facebook group. I didn't like sharing a selfie, sweaty selfie. I wasn't that engaged with it. But what I did love, well, it started gradual, is that I just showed up every day. I pressed play and I just trusted the process, and I trusted the program that I followed. And I would check into the group every day, and I realized that I was getting motivated and inspired and not even realizing it. Like, I would look forward to, oh, what was the post today that she said that's going to get me out of bed? And oh my gosh, look at all these other girls that are also doing it, and they're in the same stage of life as me. And I just felt all of a sudden this connection that I hadn't felt before. And I am someone who has plenty of friends. I was never that person that, like, had a hard time with that. But what I realized is, in motherhood, it just gets hard. And it depends, because some friends are at a different stage than you, or some have more kids than you. And I just found myself in this spot where my workout in the group became my outlet. It was a positive outlet for me. So within 21 days, I saw results. I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm hooked. And so what I did is sign up for the discount, because I was drinking Shakeology. I love that. Having that one healthy meal a day, especially as I was a mom of 2 under 2, it was nice to always have that. And when I signed up as a discount coach, my coach was like, well, do you want to share with friends? And I said, no, I'm not going to do what you do. Like, you're the coach, not me. I don't want to be on social media. I'm happy just being a challenger. And then another month went by, and I just felt this calling of, why wouldn't I share this with friends? Why wouldn't I let my other friend who I see is struggling or isn't feeling fulfilled, or, isn't getting her workouts in, feels unhealthy or uncomfortable in her own skin? Why would I not want to share it? Because I am like, I have this ego that I shouldn't be posting on social media. And so I got over that fear, and I went for it. I said, okay, I'm going to start sharing on social media. I'm going to start telling my friends, my family, and I'm going to see if anyone wants to join me, because it helped me so much. And that was, you guys, the stepping stone that basically opened up. It's crazy. It's like open up the doors for an opportunity I never could have fathomed. And it didn't come like overnight, right? It's not like I had overnight success, but what I did have was this vision of where I wanted to be in 3, 4, 5 years. After about 6 months into coaching, I went back to my job in pharmaceutical sales. I had a nanny. I wasn't, I didn't love what I was waking up to do every day, and also saying bye to my kids, giving them a hug, and coming home at 5 p.m. exhausted. And I love working. I love earning an income for our family. However, I just wanted to do something that I loved and was passionate about. And so that is when I decided I'm going to go all in. I want to be able to walk my child when he hits kindergarten, and he was only 2 at the time. I want to be able to walk him to kindergarten when that time comes. And so 3 years into the business, I was able to leave that full-time job and focus on coaching. I had 3 sons then. And then I just didn't stop dreaming. I just wanted to bring in other women who maybe would find this as not only if they were in a fitness rut, or they were stuck in their job, or wanted to make a side income for their family, doing something that they loved, or just simply working on themselves, right? And holding themselves accountable. And so I'm a mom of 4 now. So I had my daughter. So I have 3 boys, and I had my daughter last May. And I have to say, the biggest blessing that I feel now is I have the ultimate freedom to work when I want, to pick up and travel if I want, to pay for our kids' schooling, or to contribute to our family in the sense of, paying for our vacation, and knowing that I don't have to be a slave to my job, but I can still dream big because this opportunity has allowed me to. And I'm going to insert the income disclaimer through Beachbody, because it definitely takes hard work and diligence. Like I said, it doesn't come overnight, but it's possible. So that is a little bit about me, you guys. I'm going to turn it over to Kim so she can share a little bit about her story and how she got started.
Awesome. Thanks, Cal. I've heard your story so many times, but it always still makes me smile, because I always say it just takes one. It takes one person inspiring one person, and it's this amazing ripple effect. So Kelly and I actually went to high school together, but we were not in the same crowd. We weren't friends. I definitely knew who she was and thought she was really cool, but I think she signed my yearbook senior year, and that was it. We were not best friends. But years later, into motherhood, one of my best friends said, "Have you seen Kelly on Instagram? You need to go look her up." So of course I stalked her and didn't engage with her, and took me a few months of watching, and I just sent her a message and said, "I love what you do." That was it. I didn't ask her to do it. I went to the gym all the time. I loved being active. I'm also a mom of 2, and I was just trying to struggle. I was struggling back then to find my balance. I had, at the time, my daughter was 4. My son was about 15 months, and I was the mom who was dedicated. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to get 60 minutes in on the machines, or do the classes, and go shuffle back and forth with kids club, and just really wanted to be, healthy and active, but I always felt like things were getting in my way. And this is 2016. So I'm taking you guys back a little bit. Kelly said to me, "Well, why don't you do this with me?" And I was like, "No, I can't work out at home. Not going to get a good workout in. I go to the gym." But my husband loves to work out at home. And he's like, "Just do it. Just do it for a month." Okay. So I tell people this all the time, because I know you see me now on social media and you probably won't believe this. I hid in my living room. I closed all the blinds, and I did it on my laptop. And I was sure that I would not get results, convinced I'd be the failure. But just like Kelly, 21 days, I did that 21-day program. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm down 5 pounds, but I've lost 14 inches. I didn't have a ton of weight to lose already, because remember, I had been going to the gym, right?" So it wasn't that. It was that I was low energy. I was lethargic. I was tired. I was being woken up all the time by my son, who was sick a lot: sinus infections, ear infections, vomiting. We had a lot of GI issues with him in the early years. And it was truly like a part-time job. It took me to specialists, doctor's appointments, and I was just constantly being pulled in 100 directions, and none of those directions included me. So I did the program. I felt this freedom that suddenly I could do something for myself that nobody could take away from me, no matter what happened. My husband's a police officer. He was working nights. If he got called in and I was counting on him, it would always ruin my plans. So now I had something for me. I had freedom to do what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it in my home, which was amazing. And I suddenly had this newfound community. Like Kelly said, I had lots of friends. I wasn't, sitting at home lonely. It's okay if that is you. I promise it's okay. But for me, it was just a matter of, I love being in groups of women. I love being a cheerleader for others. I love being the social butterfly. And I was always the one, even in the mom groups, who would plan the girls' night out. And so I craved community, but I didn't have a community that was this positive that was this accepting, and that was this focused on just living your healthiest life, not like losing weight, because this is not a diet program. It's not a diet mentality. It's the farthest thing from what we're about at Beachbody, but it's a lifestyle of living healthy and positive. So I fell in love, but I told Kelly, no, I'm not going to coach. I was like, nope. I like a discount. Sure, sign me up for that, but I will send people to you. And she's like, Kim, you can do this. And I truly said to her, I'm not fit enough and I don't know how to do this. So I don't think so. And thanks to her and my husband, they kind of like pushed me along gently. So I just want you guys to hear that, because there's a reason you were invited to this call. It's not like everybody we talk to gets a DM or a message and says, hey, you want to be on this call? You're invited because there's something about you that already shines through. And so we're going to talk to you a little bit more, but basically I'm a coach that fell into coaching. Just like Kelly said, I didn't have fast success, but I loved what I was doing. I loved sharing posts. I loved sharing my journey. I figured if it helped one person, my job is done. And even 4 years later, I truly believe that. But as far as the income side of things, I am a social worker by profession. I do have a job that I've had for 11 years working in a local hospital. It's always been part-time because our focus has always been me at home with the kids. But just like Kelly, I wasn't satisfied just being home. And honestly, it was really hard for our income, for our family to just have one income. And we started to feel it as the kids grow and you have more needs for them. And Beachbody came at the right time for me. 4 years ago, it helped me get through the hardest times at the time in my life. Fast forward to 2020, when I'm, a few years into coaching, again, hit with the hardest year ever. And working in a hospital is not so good because I got furloughed for 7 weeks. So I had zero income. But between you and I, it didn't even matter, because Beachbody and the work I put in, the team I've been building, brings me an income every Thursday. It's payday. And I didn't even apply for disability. I could have figured that part out, but I thought it's okay. I'm blessed enough through my Beachbody business to have an income right now. I'm going to just focus on Beachbody. And the growth was huge last year because I leaned in when it was hard. And I brought incredible women into my space because I think I was vulnerable about the hard. So there's a lot of growth and potential if you're willing to do the work. And I'm going to let us dive into a little bit more of how that works.
Love it. Thanks, Kim. So everyone always asks, okay, so what does it mean to be a coach? Because you can maybe you've been watching myself or Kim or one of the other coaches on here that invited you, and you're going, okay, so you post on social media and you invite friends. Like, what else do you really do? And so I'm just going to go quickly over what we do as a coach and how we help you, though, as a team to help you do these. So we call it the 4 vital behaviors. And I'm going to start with number 1. We will help you whether you've gone through a program with Beachbody or not. Maybe you are already a Beachbody On Demand member. That's awesome. That's great. If not, what we will have you do is pick a program, and we will help you with that. We will help you pick a program that's right for you and in the season of life that you're in. And you're going to want to go all in with that, as along with our nutritional products. You don't need to do all of them, but there is a package that we'll recommend at the end, and you can take a look at that. But and what you do is you're going to join a group, whether it's with me or another coach. You are going to join their private group off social media, and it's going to be in a private app where you are just going to dive all in. You're going to print off the calendar of that program, and you are going to follow day 1, day 2, day 3. And guess what? I also incorporate running. So if you're someone that does like triathlons or marathons, like to do even Orange Theory on the side when you can, that is also 100% okay. As long as you are printing off that calendar and you check off the days, even if you don't finish it in 3 weeks, maybe you finish it in 4 or 5, and you sprinkle these workouts in along with what anything else that you are doing. And then you just want to get results, you guys. You do not need to be the expert. So I think that's one thing that sometimes as coaches, when you sign up to be a coach, you think, oh gosh, now I got to show that I eat 100% clean. I can't have pizza. I got to, be the role model, right? And partly you are, but it doesn't mean you have to be perfect. The best thing that I have to say is none of us have to create any of the programs, reinvent the wheel. We just use Beachbody and the experts that are the nutrition experts and the fitness instructors, like Autumn Calabrese, which I'm sure a lot of you guys know, who was on our retreat this last week. And we utilize that. So I never feel like I have to be perfect. I just want to show people, though, hey, I'm a busy mom of 4, but I can squeeze in 30 minutes for me. And I can also choose to eat healthy and fuel my body right, because it's going to give me more energy and I'm going to feel better. And you know what? I had pizza last night, but that's okay. That's called balanced living. And you know what? I slipped up this last month. I maybe gained 5 pounds. Oh, well, you know what? Time to reel it in. I'm human too. That is what we do as coaches. The other thing that we do, well, you'll see number 2 is personal development. Okay. Now, I was that person that thought, okay, what? I am not doing that. I do not need self-help books. I am fine. I don't need to do all that. And then when I just opened myself up to it, probably took me a good year and a half to finally start on personal development. But you guys, whether this is for your business or not, personal development will help you overcome those really hard days. So even for my challengers, I recommend a book or a few books that I say, hey, this is what I recommend doing along this challenge. It's not, I find now that personal development isn't just because we're coaches. It's just, it could be for anyone. And it's just going to make you a stronger person, but also have that armor that you need just in life, right? Especially when we got hit with COVID and no one saw that coming. Personal development is something that we do, and as a team, whether it's a podcast, whether it's an Audible or a book, and here are just a few that we recommend, which we have in our team for you as well, which we would share with you. Okay, so the other thing, number 3, this is huge. This is connecting, engaging, inviting. So like I said, I didn't want to be a coach, neither did Kim. And the reason why is because we were scared of, well, do we have to be on social media? What does that mean? I'm not the expert. I don't know if I want to do this. But then all of a sudden, when you make it not about you and about that other Kelly, that other Kim that needs these solutions, all of a sudden your ego goes away. Because I started thinking about my mom. I started thinking about my sister. I started thinking about my friend or few friends. And I can think of it right now, when I started, who I was like, they need this. They're, struggling, juggling mom life and trying to feel good in their skin. They feel that, they're not worthy. And I wanted to prove and show them, hey, you know what? I'm going to invite you to my group. I think our total solution can help you. And so that's how I got over my fears of social media. I just decided I'm going to share me. I'm going to share my story. I'm not going to be her or her. I'm just going to share what's working for me. And hopefully I can help the other Kellys out there. And so, yes, we connect with other people on social media and this platform. We also engage, right? It's basically you're there to make friends. That's how I look at it. And I don't need to have this huge following. That my following has come over time by just being me, authentically me. And then the other thing that I do and that we do as coaches is we just simply invite. So for example, Kim, when she started, she just commented on my post saying, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in so long, but you are so inspiring. Kelly, way to go. I'm proud of you. Or it was like the nicest message I've ever received. And when she said that, my brain went, well, yeah, I'm going to invite her, right? Because she's that encourager. She's that person that's like, way to go. And so I want to encourage her and say, hey, well, have you ever considered doing what I do? And that's exactly what I said to Kim. And she was like, oh, I mean, not really, but maybe send me info. And that's how you invite. Our team is not about the, hey girl, what are you up to? Of course, I will send messages, and we all will, that says, hey, Sarah, thanks for following along my journey. If they're following along, right? They're in my store. They're watching my stories. They're liking our posts. I'm going to send you an invite. And maybe that's how you're here, is because I did a poll and you took that poll, right? One of us did that, and that's why you're here. That's an invite. Okay, so that's number 3. Number 4, this is by far the part that I never knew I loved so much, but I thrive off of recognition. Who doesn't want to say or be told, hey, if you help 5 people a month, you can actually earn a free trip on a cruise or Riviera Maya? I mean, honestly, who would not be motivated by that? That's what our company does. We have just registered for our Success Club trip in October in Riviera Maya that is completely paid for because I decided to get over my fears and the opinions of others. And I'm able to take my husband and say, hey, let's go on this all-inclusive trip that our company has paid for. And yes, we have to pay our way there on the flights, but other than that, everything else is paid for. Amazing, right? All because I got over my fears and over my ego. As you can see, there's other ways, like when you hit certain ranks, which we're not going to really get into, but you will receive gifts from your coach and the company when you hit certain milestones and benchmarks. And the other cool thing is when you start doing well or just helping maybe 1 or 2 people a month, you're going to get that recognition and everyone's going to see that too, because we will be recognizing you because that is huge. You are getting out of your comfort zone and you are sharing this with other people. Our goal as a team is to help you have success, to help you earn a paycheck in your first month. Okay. So how do coaches earn an income? This is always a big one, that I get asked a lot because it's like, okay, so you just got to put up some selfies and invite and share your journey. And then how do you earn an income? Right. And the best thing, you guys, is that there are so many ways, honestly, that you can earn an income through coaching. Not so many, but a few different ways. But like I said, our goal is to help you earn an income or at least pay for your package in that first month. And when you stay consistent, when you don't get knocked down because one person says no, or, one person says not right now, you keep showing up. That is when you will notice people come to you. And if you're continuing to invite. So one way to earn an income is retail commission. So for example, this is when you're simply just sharing possibly the package that you will buy or have bought. So when I started, I did the 21-day fix in Shakeology. So guess what? I had never done any other program through Beachbody. All I knew about was the 21-day fix and Shakeology. So that's what I would talk about. That's what I signed up my friends. That's what I earned a commission on. So we earn 25% commissions on the products that people buy basically through our website. And we have a link that's super easy to use that you send to your customers. And now it's even easier because guess what? Beachbody has the all access challenge pack. The all access meaning that you have access to all of the programs in one. And it ends up being about for that customer, $12 a month on average. It is 100% worth it. So help 3 people, you're typically going to earn about $50 per challenge pack. So our goal is to help you earn that first paycheck. So we want to help you cover your products. So I would say help 3 people in your first month, which if you are on here and you've helped at least one person when you're a new coach, let us know. And we help you by doing that. We have the systems in place to help you have those wins. So the second part that we don't really focus on a ton in the beginning because we don't want you to get overwhelmed, but this does come. And that is building a team. Okay, so we do earn team cycle bonuses every single week. Like Kim said, we all get paid weekly. So from last week, I'm going to get paid on Thursday what I did last week. And that's if I had any new customers that came on. But majority of my income now, and even Kim's, which is amazing, comes from our team cycle bonuses. And so, it's the volume of my coaches helping people and selling challenge packs. And so that is one of the ways when I'm sure you've heard like life by design, how you can, step away. Like I don't have to sell anything, you guys, in 1 week. And my income is still going to sustain our family because I have grown a team and women that are doing the same thing as me. And that is the beauty of what we do is that if something happened, God forbid, and I had to take a step back from coaching for some reason, I would be okay for a long time because I have a team that's producing that volume, and for me, that is so important. And knowing my parents are getting older, knowing that, when I was in my corporate job, we had so many days of PTO and that was it. And you know what? On maternity leave, I got 3 months. And then it was like, all right, well, you can go unpaid, Kelly. And I did. I would go unpaid for another 2 months because I didn't want to leave my kids. And so now with coaching, I don't have to worry about vacation days and taking time off. I just know that I can work from my phone, message people, interact with them, but then I can also unplug and, work when I want to work and set my own hours. Okay, so we didn't want to go too much into this because that's the part that gets people a little confused, but that is something that happens that, it'll come gradual as you start on our team and the trainings and stuff. I think this is you, Kim.
Yeah, it is. All right, guys. So I love this topic because I think it's a big question. And honestly, like a big reason why some people go, no, I can't do it is because what they think they know or assume the time commitment is. And we've kind of broken this down into a variety of, time frames. And I will say that depending what your life and your schedule looks like, when I put on the screen here, 30 to 60 minutes a day, doesn't mean it's all in one time block. You might have that ability to do that. But for some of us, even like me, it's maybe 10 minutes here, 15 here, half an hour there. But I do everything from my phone. I barely touch a computer, which makes it easy to do wherever I am. So I've sat in the car pickup line getting my kids, or my son has soccer. And of course, I'm sitting there and I'll watch, but I can look at my phone and do some stuff. So the guideline is really based on what are your goals. So I find it to be a really hard question of how much time. If you're looking to build a true business, make a real income, it's going to look different because you've got a lot more to tackle as far as connecting with people, doing your mindset development stuff, getting on team calls. If you're coming in really fresh and new and just saying, you know what, I want to do this for me. I have personal health goals I want to reach. Well, that's going to take some time, right? You got to get your workout in, you got to do some meal prep, and you have to share your journey. So that's kind of what most new coaches will spend time doing, but it grows in time because when you do a post and you share what you're up to and you get some friends who say, what is that? You're going to start those conversations and then your time goes up a little bit. So what I love here, you can see a picture of it. It's called our business activity tracker. And I'm someone who gets kind of scared of Excel sheets, but this piece of paper has been magic because it just tells me what to do. And I don't do every single box every day. I mean, none of us do, but it gives you a guide. So if you sit down and you're like, okay, I have 15 minutes right now. Where do I start? What do I do? You pull out the business activity tracker and you're like, okay, check the box. Got my workout done. Shared a selfie maybe on social media, shared something helpful like a recipe and check the boxes, but that's your guide. So you don't come into this completely lost. We have a system, we have a guide for you, and we really help one another out. We have working power hours, which again is totally up to you if you want to hop on, but it helps us, even for me, helps me stay accountable. I'm like, okay, my daughter's on a hybrid schedule. We're home most of the day. If I didn't have the structure and my team that I can hop on Zoom and kind of work with them, I probably would be a lot less inclined to get it done. So teamwork comes up in your bod group as a challenger, and it comes up as a coach in our coaching community. So I think you can go to the next slide, Kel.
Okay.
All right. Thanks. Okay. So I'm going to just tackle some of the burning questions that you've probably thought about or maybe even said to one of us. But of course, number one is people saying, Kim, I love what you do, but I don't want to sell stuff. And you know what my response is? Me too. I don't want to sell stuff either because I don't look at it that way. I see it as an opportunity for someone to come in and join me and do what I'm doing. Maybe they join me as a challenger, not a coach, or maybe they come in with both those reasons. But I don't sell people something and never talk to them again. To me, that's selling. Like if I went and bought a pair of leggings, I don't expect the person to follow up with me and ask how my butt looks in the leggings, right? Like whatever. But when someone buys a challenge pack for me, I am going to text them in 5 days and say, did you log into the group? Have you tried to work out yet? What questions do you have? So when you come into this knowing I have amazing tools to share, I have a community to involve people in, and I'm going to support them, you take that idea of being salesy totally off the table. You're not a salesperson at all. Of course, I said this, I'm not at my fitness goal. I think it is so common for people to hang back in fear because they think, I don't have a transformation yet. I don't even know what I'm doing. I haven't lost any weight. How can I share this? I'm going to tell you the truth. There's so much joy in the journey, and it is so much more interesting for someone on the outside looking in to see you through the journey, not to see you at the end with the final photo. Like that's cool for 5 seconds, but that doesn't inspire someone. That doesn't make them believe they can do it. They just see you and they go, well, good for you. Cool. That's your before and after. I don't have that. But if you come in and you're like, hey, I'm not perfect. I'm on a journey. I really need a friend to do this with me. That changes the whole reason why you're sharing, right? Like Kelly said, takes your ego out of it and allows people into the space of reality and hard work. I think I touched on the time thing. And then, oh my gosh, this part, too expensive? No, I'm just going to say it. No way. You guys, we'll talk about this in a few more slides. But to get started, even if you're coming in like you've never had access to the groups of the programs, the price point, depending on what works for you, is between $160 to $200. Like, that's it for the year. Okay. Gives you your workouts for a full year, access to our incredible community and groups, meal plans, recipes, 2 in-depth nutrition programs made by expert nutritionists. Remember how we said you don't have to be the expert? They do all that, as well as the choice to get your discount, because when you get a challenge pack, you automatically can get a future 25% discount. And it breaks out to be about like $13 a month that you're investing in your health. And that also includes a 30-day trial of some of our favorite things like Shakeology, our Go-Go Juice, which is Energize. A lot of you see us drinking that like yellow drink. It's amazing. So I just look at that and I'm like, I get all of that for just that amount of money. I used to pay $150 to go to the gym and get nothing that I could consume. So I think it's a mindset, you guys, of being really confident in what you have to offer, because people are paying a whole lot more money for like a bike that doesn't move. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, my point is it's affordable. It is something anybody can use and I love it. So cost is not even an issue anymore when I talk about this. And then there's just a few more things here. I don't want you guys to think that you need a huge following on social media. As I mentioned and Kelly said, we just started. We didn't have a huge following. It's not about being an Instagram star. It's about being thoughtful and intentional with what you're putting out there to people and serving others. So when you come in this with an idea of I can help somebody, maybe I can share the things that are working for me, that feels really good. And then you realize that the rest will follow as far as people wanting to join your journey. And then I just want to touch on this at the very bottom. It says here, is it a pyramid scheme? Well, it's not, because it can't be. Pyramid schemes are illegal, and Beachbody is very transparent in the way the structure is the way it is at this point. And it's also going to become a publicly traded company in May, which means that everything is visible to the public. When you're a public company, anybody can research the ins and outs, the compensation plan, everything. There's no secrets. And here's the cool part. For example, Kelly came in 6 years ago. Kelly joined a coach. And that coach is amazing and she's on our team too. But Kelly's been able to build a team on her own as well. Just because you're coming in now in 2021 and I started in 2016 doesn't mean you can't do better than me, make more money than me, build a bigger team. You can. If it was a pyramid scheme, someone who came in 10 years ago would be sitting at the top and you'd be under and you could never surpass that person. So I just want to clear that up. The potential is yours. There's no scam, there's no scheme. And if you have any spouses who are really worried about that, cool, let them talk to me or Kelly. We're always happy to problem solve with you guys, because I know that's a question that can come up, but it's all good. We'll help you work through that. And I think this is my favorite part. As I said, talking about the challenge packs is so fun to me. I love helping people. I like to term it picking out their wellness package. Everyone is different. So some of you on the call already have access to Beachbody On Demand. You already got a challenge pack. That's great. Just talk to your person who invited you about how you would go about the next steps, maybe converting yourself to a coach account. If you're brand new and you've never bought any of these things, Beachbody does something really cool. When someone gets a challenge pack, they say, okay, cool. You're buying a challenge pack. We're going to waive the coach fee. Instead of you paying $40 to sign up to get your coach account, to get your 25% discount, they waive the fee. So it becomes free to sign up as a coach. As I mentioned earlier, the picture you see here is a challenge pack. That one in particular is what I love because it includes the control track and the ball for the newest program by Autumn Calabrese, who is the 21-day fix trainer. This program came out now in January. It's brand new. It's called 9-Week Control Freak. 9 weeks long, uses some cool tools like the tracker and the ball. And that package gives you everything. But that one is $199. If you're someone who says, I don't want to start with all that and I don't need the tracker and the ball, then you can drop down to the package that's $160. So the best thing you can do is pick your challenge pack, talk to the person who invited you. And if you already got your challenge pack, again, we have a waiver form. You'll get back your $40. You're not going to pay for it to become a coach. And the cool thing is you're not just getting all the stuff for health and nutrition. You're going to get a business website that's yours with your own name attached to it. You're going to be a part of our community and get team trainings. We have a weekly new coach call. So like if you join this week, by next week, you will connect with the other new coaches. We love to connect you guys because we know it can be overwhelming and scary in the beginning. And we want to make sure that you feel comfortable and that you're connected. So we have a great place where we kind of know how to guide you and how to help you based on what it is you're here for. So we have weekly calls. I mentioned the power hours, which are working calls. Everything's on Zoom, where you live. And then we have these incredible events. And so fingers crossed that this is the year we get to do more in person, but we do either virtual quarterly meetings called Super Saturday. We have one in April. So anyone who joins now, you'll be invited to Super Saturday, wherever you are. And then we have our big event in July, which we don't know yet if it's going to be in person, but regardless, it will be an event. It's called Summit, and it's epic. It's all the super trainers, all of the company comes together. And I always say it's like the best adult weekend away you'll ever have. So you get so much, of course, you can see it on here. I don't want to overwhelm you guys with everything, but the point is there's a place for you depending on where you want to be. If you're here for your own journey and the discount, that's fabulous. We have a place for you. If you're looking at this as a true opportunity and you want to make some money, earn an income, create your own team, create your own business, that's amazing. And we're going to support you and show you how to do it because there are enough of us on our team who have done that. So we know how to show you the way. And I think that covers that slide, Kel. So I think you can take over this part.
Yes. And I don't know what I hear some background noise. I don't know who that is. I can't tell with the screen, but so the team that you join matters. And I have to say, like, I don't want to toot our own horn, but I think we're pretty great because one, we are just normal human beings. Hopefully you got a taste of that. We are a group of moms of maybe one kid, two kids, three kids, four kids. We even have two coaches that have five kids. We're all in different stages of our lives. So we all come from different backgrounds. We are, different ages, of course, too. But the best thing that I can say is that we are here to help you have success. So what do we have? How can we help you? We have a new coach mentorship. So basically what we have is on March 15th, it will be a new coach training. And we have a couple different ways to do that. So you might be someone that's like, I want all the information at once and go at my own pace, which we have a team website now. So it's just a 5-day training that goes over all the main nuts and bolts of what coaching is, how to get started. And then we have another way of doing it, which is doing a private group where we will help you with, that more one-on-one side. The other thing that we do is we add you to a pod on Facebook on a messenger thread, and you will be part of that new coach pod. So this is where the action is, you guys. That's when people are asking questions. Hey, I just did my first post. Can you give me some love? And the best part is that you are going to be surrounded by other people that are starting at the same time as you. That is the best part. So I know sometimes the comparison can come in, but we just urge you to not compare your chapter 1 to my chapter 20, right? And that is our job as mentors, is we're here to help you with the verbiage. We have the guides to help you with your first post. We have, we would have you go into our challenge group so you don't have to do all the posting yourself. So you can just get used to the flow and how we do it. We also have a team website or Google Drive, which we have a ton of resources in there too. So after 6 years or almost 6 years, we have come up now with like, hey, I've made a lot of mistakes. I've fallen on my face. And yes, did that help me? Absolutely. But now, since I've learned from those mistakes, and a lot of our leaders have, we've come together to hopefully make it so you have faster starts, that you can kick off the ground running. And so that is what we do, you guys. We help you with getting started right. We help you with, all the trainings. We don't want to overwhelm you. So it's always about, hey, let me know what you want to start as. Is it a discount coach? Is it more of a hobby? Is it like, hey, let's go all in. I want to be in the trainings and I want more. Or do you just want to go at your own pace? And that's fine. Like Kim said earlier, we have coaches that are all of that. We have discount, hobby, and those business coaches. And a lot of us started as a discount coach, and it can evolve to more. Because I didn't see the big vision, and you might not even see the big vision yet either of where this could take you. And sometimes you just have to go through those seasons and where you are in your own life and what you can do. So it can always interchange. It's not like you have to sign up and be like, okay, well, I'm a discount coach. So when can I move up to being a hobby or business coach? No, that comes just whenever you want, whenever you are ready to get going. So with that being said, you guys, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for hopping on. That's all we have for you. We tried to make it as short and sweet as possible. If you do have concerns or you have more questions, just reach out to the coach that invited you. And I'm sure that coach will be reaching out to you as well. But yeah, thank you for hopping on. And we hope to welcome you guys to our team in the next few days. Bye.